Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Thank you all very much for tuning in. I really do appreciate your support and I hope this video finds you well. I hope you guys are doing great. And today I want to take a moment to talk about a topic that I think seems to get overlooked in the community, but for the longest time I've been wanting to branch out and make these sort of informational, how-to, instructional videos because I know I watch these videos personally and I gain a lot of information, so I was hoping maybe this would be a great opportunity for me to impart some of my wisdom onto you guys, even though I think this is a topic in which we're all very well versed, and it's using deodorant, but how do you choose the right deodorant to wear with each fragrance, especially if you have a collection of like 30 or 40 or 50 bottles and you have one or two deodorants. How do you oscillate between the two? Which one should you wear? Is there a possibility that your deodorant is going to clash with your fragrance? In which case, which one should you wear and vice versa? So I'm hoping to talk about some of these topics, and I have been asked about this topic personally in DMs and private messages, so instead of addressing it individually multiple times, I figure I'll just make a video that is sort of all-inclusive and I talk about everything I need to mention. So I want to start off by saying I know I don't need to, I'm preaching to the choir, I don't need to mention that deodorant is something that you should wear every single day. Of course, we're all perceived by how we look and how we stand, how we dress, how we act, the language that we speak, our command of the English language, but we're also perceived according to how we smell. So we want to make sure that not only are we well groomed and we're showered, but we also smell well in all different regards, right? We smell good in all different regards. So applying deodorant is a mainstay, right? So I put on deodorant every single morning, but before I do, I guess I think to myself, what is my fragrance going to be today? Because there are cases when the deodorant might overpower the fragrance. So if you're thinking about something like Armani Code, I recently purchased Armani Code Profumo and I love that fragrance. Now it's ideal to wear an unscented lotion, but I was actually one of the lucky ones to have one of these bad boys. So this is Armani Code by Giorgio Armani. This is the original, which came out a few years prior, but the DNA is so similar to Armani Code Profumo that I can go ahead and wear this one without the fear of necessarily worrying about this overpowering the other or vice versa. And I mean, the Profumo version does smell a lot like the original, not to mention that it's a very similar composition that you're going to get in the deodorant as you will in the fragrance. A lot of people think that it's a completely new makeup and genetic makeup, but it's the same chemistry going on in here. It's just the medium of application is different, right? And this has antiperspirant qualities about it. So I love wearing this with Armani Code Profumo, and yes, you can still wear this, smell it, many hours into the day. So this is a no-brainer. But what if you're wearing a different fragrance and you don't want to wear Armani Code Profumo? Not to mention that you can't really buy these. There's a sticker on the UPC code that says not you cannot resell this product or something like that. So of course it's not feasible to buy a deodorant for every single fragrance that you own, nor will every fragrance that you own have a deodorant counterpart. So a good friend of mine, Cody, recently, I want to say in the past year or two, he put me onto a product called Mitchum. And I wore that for a while, and that's a pretty cool unscented deodorant. It does contain aluminum and some other chemicals that, you know, a lot of people who are progressive are starting to shy away from because of potential health concerns. And it was also a gel, and I find a gel to be a little uncomfortable because I feel like I can never distribute it evenly. So I ended up, my wife still makes fun of me to this day for doing this, but this was an impulsive buy, and I was in the store and I picked up this product by Arm & Hammer. It's called Ultra Max, and the scent is Tropical Sunset. And I wore this one and it smells really good, and that's the only reason why I bought it to begin with, I'll be honest with you. I wore this, but it does contain a lot of those chemicals and artificial colors and flavors and parabens and aluminum, and I said, you know what, maybe it's cheap for a reason. So I decided to buy something that was a little more expensive, and I found myself in Whole Foods one day and I discovered this brand. You might have experience with it, but it's called Tom's of Maine, and it says 24-hour protection, and I actually like this smell. It's called Clean Confidence, and it smells like lemon and mint, and it has a very nostalgic smell to me, and I love this scent, the scent itself. But I was wearing the deodorant one day. I was at work one day, and I was wearing the deodorant. This is a true story. And something really stressful happened to me during my workday where I realized, or I remembered, that I had to submit this document by a certain time. So luckily I was in my prep period and I was going crazy on my laptop trying to finish this document, sent the email, and then I felt great. And I was like, okay, all of that stress is off my shoulders now. But then I started to get that smell of BO. And I'll tell you guys, and this is a little shameful and embarrassing to admit, but there are 2 times when I sweat. And when I say sweat, I mean I sweat. 2 times. One, when I'm engaged in any sort of serious, rigorous physical activity. 2, when I'm stressed. And I feel like the sweat that I get when I'm stressed not only smells worse, but it comes in heavier. And when it happens, I just feel so embarrassed and I want to go home and take a shower immediately. But when it happened to me recently at work, I thought to myself, wait, but I'm wearing this Tom's deodorant. What is going on here? How come it's not, it says 24-hour protection. I've only been wearing it for about 4 hours. And then it occurred to me that the product doesn't really work as advertised. So I said to myself, I want to go online and I want to see if there is some product that, 1, smells good, 2, is not going to clash with my fragrance, 3, is progressive and avoids all of these things like parabens and aluminum, maybe is made with some sort of recycled material, just something that I feel good spending my dollar on. And I did discover a product that tackles all of these things, and I want to take a moment to introduce it to you guys. This is by a company called Native Deodorant, and you can use the hashtag #GoNative if you're tweeting about it online. So let me open it up. I want to show you what it looks like. So you open it up, it looks a little bit like this. It actually does come with a letter written by the founder of the company, basically introducing you to the brand. I have since misplaced that letter, but it is a really nice letter. And I bought the pack that comes with 2. So you have the a scented one, and then you have an unscented one. And this one, if you look on the back, is eucalyptus and mint. And it's all of these things that I mentioned, paraben-free, aluminum-free, eco-friendly, and it's pretty affordable. I was surprised. It's not a big difference from the ones that you find in the deodorant aisle. And this one smells amazing. It smells really good. It's very fresh, inviting, invigorating. And I wore this one in particular, I think for the past 2 or 3 days. And I remember coming home from work and I was lounging down on the couch and I opened up my recliner, put my hands behind my head, and I remember just smelling it and I thought to myself, wait, I can still smell this. And that was one of the days when I didn't wear any fragrance, just to sort of give my body a chance to detox, and this was still going strong. And that's not something that I can say about the other brands of deodorant. And of course, they also included the unscented version, says it on the back. Another thing is that they list all of the ingredients, so they're very transparent about what is contained therein. They want to make sure that you have all of that information, and they even give you directions for how to apply it. It says, apply under arms, do not apply to broken skin, hashtag #GoNative. And in the letter, they tell you how many swipes to do, where to do it, and this really does give you 24-hour protection. And of course, I don't go 24 hours without taking a shower, so when I did wear this, it got me through my work day, which is about 8 to 9 hours because I stay after school for tutoring too. And lately, with the end of the year and summative evaluations coming up and service learning projects that I have to do on my job, it's been incredibly stressful. And it's safe to say that I have sweat a bit in the past few weeks. But this has done a fantastic job, and it's such a wonderful company, Native Deodorant. I'm actually going to leave all the information for it down below, so if you're interested in checking it out, you can just very easily just click that link and you'll be redirected to where you can learn more about this product, even potentially buy it. But again, I just want to recap what are some of the things that we talked about today. 1, is it okay to wear deodorant that clashes with your fragrance? The answer to that, unfortunately, would be no, because they contain the same chemistry as the fragrances that you have. They do contain volatile compounds, except they're not going to etherealize and evaporate the same way, because alcohol is really what helps the fragrance evaporate. So it's a different medium of application, but you're talking about 2 scents nonetheless. The same way you don't want to wear 2 different scented lotions unless you purposely are trying to layer, then you also don't want to wear deodorant that smells one way versus a fragrance that smells differently. So it is possible that they might clash, but the good thing here is that we do have the unscented version that you can wear in the event that you want to wear a really expensive fragrance, maybe a Xerjoff, a Creed, an Amouage, and you don't want to wear something that smells different from it, but then the variety of choices that you do have from scented products is pretty good, and from the one that I have tried, it smells amazing. It smells refreshing, the scent is strong, it lasts 24 hours. So that's it. I wanted to keep this one short. I just wanted to make a video telling you guys a little bit about my journey with deodorants. This is the product that I have found, and I'm really confident with it. It's very progressive and forward-thinking, aluminum-free, paraben-free, artificial ingredient-free. It's just a wonderful product. I feel good spending my dollar on it. It's eco-friendly, and there's really no need to purchase any of the other products unless you're on a really, really tight budget and you just don't care. Then that's fine, you know, to each his own. But this is a wonderful product, and please make sure you take a moment to check it out. So if you have any other questions, please make sure to leave a comment down below. If you have any experience with this brand, or if you're willing to give it a shot, also let me know by leaving a comment down below. And please don't forget to subscribe for future videos, top 10s, giveaways, unboxings, and a lot of other fragrance related content. So with that said, we'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.